preparing the way for generations. Like a praise singer, griot, jailer, shaman trickster, and spinners of dreams and visions. Like mystic magic messages in bottles. Like a prayer or a confession. For Artship is our canvas. Freedom of imagination precedes freedom of speech. We will prepare the way. Our ship, Artship.
But this just gives you an idea of the process as it takes place. And then, I don't know if you can see all the processes going on. But in essence, that's pretty much the technique.
When did you realize you are an artist?
I don't believe there was a definitive time, but I think that over a period of time, that feeling developed. I think that quite early in life, you always know that you can do something beyond just the ABCs and writing and stuff like that you do as you grow up. But as far as an artist, I still have trouble saying that. As far as a electrician, I have trouble saying that too. I just think of myself as just a person who can do these things. So it's, as an artist, wow, it's kind of like, you know, a big leap of faith for me.
What keeps you going? What inspires you?
You know, it's kind of hard to put a finger on it. I think that each day brings its own reward, so to speak, so that when I wake up in the morning, I just have a fresh sense of vitality to get up and go, because one of the first things I do when I get up is think about running around Lake Merritt, which I do almost daily. Think about the period of time between doing that, which is usually before it gets light. From that period of time until the time I finally get active into my day, which is usually around 10 o'clock, and planning on doing things, pretty much things that are dealing with art since I'm retired from my formal job. But it's just kind of like an excitement of each day is a new adventure.
So that inspires you, yeah.
Pretty much. Nothing spectacular, just daily things.
And what artists do you love?
I guess the great ones, the Da Vinci's and the Michelangelos on the older scale, but more contemporary, even some of my peers, you know, like Ray Louise Hayward or a Salongo Lee. They are all, to me, they're kind of like cutting edge. To me, I watch what they do sometimes, and I am truly inspired by what they do. So it's a combination of many different people, but if I really had to say which one do I truly love because they performed their craft or they perfected their craft, would be the great ones of the past.
I see a sort of a parallel to the work of Augusta Savage, who in the 30s created a number of amazing works, including the one for St. Louis Fair. Could you tell us something about her and your work?
Well, you know, you've put me on quite a lofty plane with that. Augusta Savage, to me, is one of the heroes, particularly of the Renaissance of Harlem and later. The statue is significant to me because I think way back in the late '60s when a lot of things were happening here in the East Bay, and then eventually into the West Bay, and then to the rest of the world nation, and then the rest of the world. This statue, even though I was not aware of the statue at the time, but the song of Lift Every Voice and Sing by James Weldon Johnson was pretty strong in my daily life at that time. But I didn't know that this statue at that time had been created based upon that song. And just found out recently, quite recently, that some of the faces, some of the figures within the statue have a personal meaning to the sculptor. But Augusta Savage created this particular sculpture during or for the St. Louis Fair in 1938. And she had to do it on site. And because she had no way of disposing of it or repositioning it after the fair, it had to be destroyed at that time.
Tell us what kind of art you do.
Wow, that's kind of hard to describe, but basically it's, pointillism is the style that I use, but bleach is the medium that I use within that style, and that for me was an accidental discovery that I'm using to the fullest advantage that I can, and daily I discover new things, new ways of how to use it. It's a work in progress, but the bleach itself is it's a color removal process that the bleach interacts with the paper that I use that removes the color, but not only removes the color from the paper, but also does some reaction with the paper itself to make it into a gold hue. And it doesn't matter what color the paper is dyed, it still comes out with the gold hue. So with the gold and the contrasting color is how I create my image.